Good.
So the first thing is Kelly's going to make a few statements she's got prepared. She'll take a few questions, and then we're going to leave. Fair enough?
Okay.
Great, thank you.
This nightmare for my family is finally coming to a close. The past 3 years have been an experience which no one should have to face. My dad lost his wife, our community lost a wonderful woman, and today is a small piece of closure. Hopefully our lives, the lives of the other victims, can continue to move forward, and today's verdict signals the end of this very long ordeal. During this process, there were so many advocates for our family. We would like to thank District Attorney Greg Mashburn and his fabulous staff for working tirelessly to find justice for my family. We would also like to thank the jurors for understanding the importance of a guilty verdict as well as the death penalty for this shameless murder. We would like to thank those who have expressed countless offerings of prayer and well wishes. My family cannot have traveled this journey without you. Finally, I want to thank the members of the media who have told our story. You have shown great restraint and respect towards my family, and for that we are extremely appreciative. And one last thank you that I knew he wouldn't write in it. I want to thank Tony Van and his assistant Warren for everything that they have done for us in the last 3 years. I will now take any questions you might have.
3 very long years, Kelly. Will you kind of describe what it's been like for you since then?
An emotional roller coaster. It's had its highs, it's had its lows, it's had its good days, its bad days. All I can say is overall, I'm glad that we finally reached this particular moment in time.
What is it like to be here today to know the verdict?
It feels like all of the emotions that you hold in for 3 years are finally able to break free. You might be able to breathe a little bit more. I have sat in this courtroom, some of you with me, for 3 years. I've tried to keep it together for the most part, and it feels like now it can finally just all be free. We can all move on. We can all start remembering her as a person instead of her in the situation.
And what kind of person was she?
Oh, very kind, hard on the sleeve type of person, very generous, had to help everybody, anybody, someone you could call to, just a shoulder to cry on, anything that she could do for the person beside her or for the community, by God, she was going to do it.
How do you think your mother would feel about today and the verdict and everything that people have gone through?
I think, quite honestly, I think she would be more relieved for the remaining victims that have had to live with the mental images that they've had to live with for 3 years now, that there is not only justice for her, but there is also now justice for them that have been served today, that they can quit coming into this courtroom and having to reopen those wounds time and time again with countless testimonies and countless recollection of it. I think that would be more important to her than anything else.
So you weren't allowed by the law to say how you felt about whether he deserved the death penalty or not, but I take it you felt he did deserve the death penalty.
That is correct. We discussed it. My father and I discussed it at great lengths, and we did come to the unanimous decision that we felt under the circumstances and the act of the crime that it was warranted in this.
If you could say anything to Alton Nolan and his family, what would you say?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you get to thank the jurors?
I did. I was really excited. I got to spend some time with them because I understand what they have been through for the last 5 weeks. I've sat through most of it myself. I've seen a lot of it myself. And I don't want them to walk away thinking that this is just another 5 weeks of their lives. This was something huge to a lot of people out there, my family included, and everything that they sat through and had to witness themselves through the pictures and through testimonies, it did not go unnoticed, and it was very much appreciated.
How did you stay so strong on the stand when you were reading your victim impact statement?
I've had 3 years of practice. I have a lot of, quite honestly, I don't know. I think I just have to find the strength that if I didn't hold it together, I probably was not going to make it through that statement, to be honest. I also have a little girl at home that I have to think about, and at one point in time, this is all going to come up on her internet searches or something. And how do I want that to be portrayed when she does start looking for these answers?
How hard was it to be in the same room as Alton Mullen?
On what day?
Any day.
Some days are a little bit harder than others. Some of the evidence, listening to it while being in the room with him, is a little bit harder to sit there than others. But overall, it was left into the hands of Greg Mashburn in his office, and quite honestly, I don't think we could have asked for a better attorney to represent.
You said yesterday when you were reading your victim impact statement that you visit your mother's grave and you talk to her there. When you visit her today or whenever you go, what's the first thing you're going to say to her?
I don't know that I'll say anything. I may be one of those where I just show up and have a good cry finally after 3 years, and I leave with peace knowing that this will hopefully, this situation in itself will hopefully now be put behind us.